right, guys, so I've got my buddy Jake on the phone from Florida. And
hey, guys.
Hey, say hi to Jake.
Hey, what's up, guys?
It's always a good time hearing from Jake, but he just asked me how my day was, and my day's been pretty eventful, and I was about to explain to Jake, so I figured I would make a video so you guys could hear the story as well. So first of all, this morning, Miss Stacy and I decided to microdose mushrooms, and we had mushroom truffles. So we split one and we popped it, and we decided that we would start the day by going to the park so we could play frisbee with Zeb. All right, so we load up into my truck and we start driving to the park, which was about 6 miles away or so. I don't know, it took like 17 minutes to get there just because of the lights and the traffic and everything. And my truck was giving me issues. Like, it wanted to stall out at every red light. It wanted to stall out, so I'd have to throw it in neutral, give it gas, and like keep it running. And every red light it would do that, it'd want to stall out. So I was like, so driving it was really tricky, and there's so many lights on the way to the park. So anyway, we finally get to the park after fighting the truck, you know, and the issues. We finally get to the park, and I realized I left the frisbee at home. I left his harness, his leash, my longboard, like everything. I freaking left in the garage because I cleaned my truck out and I put everything in the garage, and I forgot about it. I forgot everything was in the garage. So I had to turn around and drive all the way back. Mind you, I was microdosing on mushrooms. So
yeah, so you're struggling.
I'm struggling.
Oh, you're getting it.
Exactly.
But you're still like, it's like kind of fun, but you just want to have fun, and it's yeah, I get it.
Exactly. Okay. And my truck was giving me issues, so I had to turn around and fight every one of those lights on my drive back home, trying to keep the engine from stalling out and whatnot. So finally I get home, and I ended up using my roommate's truck. I was like, I'm going to park mine. I'm not going to even drive my truck right now. It's got issues.
Okay.
And so we loaded everything up into my roommate's truck. Whoops. Hang on. I didn't mean to FaceTime you.
Oh, you can.
Well, the audio is being weird on my end, so I think I need to take you off speakerphone. So anyway, we load everything up into my roommate's truck, and we get back on the road again. This time I'm not fighting the stalling issue because his truck's running okay. So we drive all the way back to the park again. We get there, we get our stuff situated. We had a backpack with some water, we had a blanket, we had the frisbee. So we gather all of our stuff and we walk out to the grassy field, and we spread the blanket. Miss Stacy lays down, we take our shoes and socks off, like we're just trying to enjoy the day, right? And I get the frisbee out and I start tossing it to Zeb. He'll run and he'll jump and catch it and he'll bring it back to me. I got about 3 frisbee tosses out with him, and then I had this gentleman, apparently some security from the park, approach me and tell me that Zeb had to be on a leash. And so, yes, and I asked him, I said, well, how am I supposed to play frisbee with my dog if he's on a leash? And he said, he said, you can't. And that didn't resonate very well with me. Not just the fact because I don't like being told what to do and what not to do like that, but I just went through a lot just to drive there, and I forgot the frisbee. I went all the way back home. My truck was giving me problems the whole time. I came all the way back, and I'm finally there, and this guy tells me I don't even have the freedom to play frisbee with my dog there. So Miss Stacy was like, well, fine, whatever, we'll put him on the leash, we'll just hang out here for a minute. And I said, no, I don't deal with that. If there are gonna be weird vibes like that, I'm out. And so, dude, we just packed up everything, went back to the truck, and I drove to the other side of town where there's another park that I know of, where I've played frisbee with Zeb there before and gotten away with it. So we went all the way over there, and we gathered our stuff. We walked over to another grassy field, and we set up and we played frisbee with Zeb. We managed to play for like about a half hour.
Okay.
And then out of nowhere, a police officer in one of their police SUVs or Explorers or whatever, drives up on the grass at the edge of the field where we're hanging out. And there's other families out there too. They're flying kites or whatever. This officer drives up and perches up just to watch everyone. And I kind of have a suspicion that someone called in and said there was a dog who wasn't on a leash.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking, because he was like facing right at us, dude. And it was like, it just was weird vibes. And so we packed up and we left. And I just got home just now when you called me. So that's kind of how my day went. Dude, and it was frustrating because to start this day out, all I wanted to do was to find a nice place to play frisbee with my dog.
Yeah.
And I could not find a place to do that today. And that drove me to a realization that we're not true free Americans here if we don't have the freedom to play frisbee with our dog. And I think it's messed up. And that's how my day went so far. And it's just coincidental that I happened to be microdosing on mushrooms while I went through all this. But like, geez, I spent 5 hours today driving around trying to find a place where I could just play frisbee with my dog. And it didn't happen. I couldn't find a place where we could peacefully do that. And that seems a little messed up.
How much left of the trip do you have left?
I mean, we just microdosed, so like it's wearing off, but like I'm not too concerned about that at this point, you know. It's just a bummer, dude. Like,
you just wanted to have a good day.
I just wanted to play frisbee with Zeb, and we didn't have to be bothered and didn't have to feel like we're being stalked by police officers or law enforcement authorities just for playing frisbee.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
Like, that's messed up, man. Like, it's not right.
It's not.
You know, and but we'll all put up with it, and it just, I don't know, man. It's got me thinking deeply about where we live and the vibes that's going on in this country right now, and it's just weird.
Oh, dude, you're telling me, man. It's got everybody acting crazy, like everywhere from like my dad to like my friends to you know, just to like everybody at work, people coming into my work. It's just nuts, man.
Yeah.
Man.
I don't know, man. We still have yet to find a place where we can play frisbee, but we might have to just go away from people, go out to the desert, you know? It just sucks because I like people. I like humans. And I would like to be able to find a place, let's just say at the park, where there's other peaceful humans hanging out and we can all play frisbee together, you know. If our dogs want to join, they can, you know, like maybe we can meet other people, but because of how things are going, like I can't even do that there. So I'm gonna have to go somewhere else away from people to play frisbee with my dog. It's just weird. I'm ranting.
No, you're good, man. Rant it out. Every like, you know, when you're feeling like that, it's good to get it out. I mean, out of all of this today, what were the good things that happened?
We had fun playing frisbee before, you know, the police officer showed up. We did have a good time. We got some exercise. And it was a beautiful day, you know. It was a beautiful day. It was nice to take our shoes and socks off and to have our feet on the ground, on the grass, and just to lay on a blanket, you know.
Another good thing about today, you guys are healthy.
Yeah.
You guys both look good. Zeb looks good, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sure Zeb enjoyed the car ride.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah, he had a fun trip.
He had a good time.
That's awesome. What's Alicia doing today?
She's up in Salt Lake City still.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be getting back together anytime soon. Just she's got some other things going on. There's no hard feelings. It's just like, you know, I don't know.
Close-minded. I mean, not close-minded.
But I get it. I understand because she's got a daughter and all that. And like, yeah, like Stacey and I are kind of open with our lifestyle and what we do. And if you're not ready to be open like that, then we probably shouldn't be getting too close, you know?
Yeah, I hear that.
So.
Things happen.
Yeah.
I'm sure you enjoy your little.
Yeah, for sure.